Hi guys, and welcome back to our Rest and Reset Challenge. I'm Kelley, I'm the owner of Offbeat Yoga, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a restorative practice framed around giving and receiving. So today we'll be using a lot of props. If you don't have props at home, no worries, just grab some makeshift equipment at your home. Big fluffy pillows work really nice instead of having a bolster. So, and if you have blankets, obviously grab those. And really the goal of restorative yoga is to be comfortable. There's no middle ground in the pose. You're either comfortable, really relaxed, or you're not comfortable. So we want to get to that place of being completely supported and completely relaxed. Therefore, that's why we use all these props. So let's get started.
We're going to use a bolster and a couple of blocks for our first pose called supported bound ankle. So if you don't have them at home, again, no worries. Grab yourself some throw pillows and stack them up to support your spine. You can either use one block underneath the bolster, or you can use two. I made this little on-ramp for my spine as I come down so that my back is completely supported. And then take your blanket, unwrap it a little bit, and roll it up long ways so that it makes this kind of chunky burrito. And as we put our soles of our feet together, wrap your burrito around your ankles so that as you come down, you can completely let your knees drop open to the sides and feel like your hips aren't holding any tension. You want your hips to feel supported as your knees drop open. So if that means your feet are a little bit further away from your body, you can do that. Make a looser diamond shape with your legs. As you come down, just guide yourself down onto the bolster, and it might take a couple of tries to get perfectly comfortable. So really take the time to settle in, readjust so that the bolster or the pillows are supporting your entire spine. Readjust the blanket, you're in position of your knees. Like I said, it might take you a couple of tries to get perfectly comfortable like I'm doing right now. But once you find that comfortable position, really get to settle in and be still. We're going to spend 5+ minutes in each pose. So you really get time to experience the posture and how your body feels in it. And the support of your props, of the ground, and how it feels in your body. Allow yourself to deeply surrender. At this moment in time, as you step into your mat and into your first pose, give yourself permission to completely detach. To completely detach from whatever you brought with you. From the day, maybe the day before, or what's coming ahead. Take a deep sigh out and let go of anything that you might be still holding on to. Any residual thoughts or to-do lists. Give yourself permission for just these 30 minutes to detach. I'm going to take a body scan and just observe how you feel as we go about this body scan. Starting with the feet. Notice what they feel like. the soles, the toes, the ankles. The space, the joints of the feet. Observe one of the lower legs. Observe the knees. Observe the thighs, the fronts of the thighs, the backs of the thighs. And the hip joints. And in this opening posture, what do the hip joints feel like? Is there tension there? Is there holding still? Is there any way that you can breathe down into your hip joints and down into the base of your spine to create more space there? Almost as though there's a balloon sitting at the very bottom of your pelvis, and you're trying to breathe in and expand that balloon. Allowing the hips, the pelvis to open naturally. Observe the quality of your breath. The fullness, the capacity, especially around your rib cage. What does the space between each rib feel like? Is there stickiness? Or is it soft? Observe your entire spine. The places where the spine back touches the ground or the bolsters. Where you feel supported enough to let go. To really receive this opening. Relax the chest. Observe the shoulders and how they can drop a little bit further down towards the ground. The arm bones. The elbows, the wrists. And if you aren't already, maybe placing the hands onto the lower belly. And just noticing rise and fall of the breath here. In the lower part of the abdomen. That balloon gently inflating and deflating. The lower pelvis, the pelvic floor. Drawing the breath in and down and softening. Notice your breath perhaps a little slower now. Draw your attention to your neck, throat. Allowing air to cleanly pass through the throat. Allowing these muscles to relax. Notice the jaw, cheeks, and space between the teeth. The tongue connected to the roof of the mouth, allowing the root of the tongue to relax. Notice the eyes, lids of the eyes, the forehead, feel the entire back side of your head. And all the way into the very center of the brain, just observing. Any thoughts or feelings, anything that might be coming up is completely natural. So when you get really still and really quiet, as all of these parts of our subconscious begin to rise to the surface. Unprocessed thoughts, unprocessed events in our life, unprocessed emotions, memories. And just seeing with this observer eye, allowing it to come and go as freely as the breath. And then if you'd like, you can reach your arms over your head, getting a little bit more of a stretch, a little bit more of an opening. Really absorbing that. Just a couple more moments here in this full body stretch. Breathe, chest expanding, rib cage expanding, belly. Taking in what you need and letting go of what no longer serves. Letting go of the heavy and breathing in space. Begin to slowly start to move and swing the arms back by your sides, pressing yourself up into a seat. Bring your knees together and remove your blanket and just cuddle yourself in. Give yourself a hug around your knees. And we'll come up and come to our second pose. Just keep your bolster where it was. I'm going to let the knees drop over to the left side. And I'm going to separate my knees for this pose. So my left foot is meeting my right thigh. I'm going to keep the bolster or your pillows right next to your left hip. And elongate your spine, letting your belly, ribs, chest come down over the bolster. You can turn your head whichever direction makes sense for your neck. Again, the goal here is to be comfortable. So if you need to prop yourself up a little bit higher with your pillows, do so. Or you can always slide your knees together if you want a little bit more support in your low back twist here. Again, sometimes it's really uncomfortable to be still, even in a comfortable position. Our mind wants to be busy. Our body wants to be doing something. But we're taking away all of that sensory input right now. So that the only thing we have is just our physical body and how it feels in stillness. Let yourself sink deeper and deeper into the support of your pillows, your bolster. You may eventually find that you don't need the blocks underneath there if you're using them. You want to get a little bit deeper and lower into that twist. Take a deeper breath, feel the belly press into the bolster. And giving your weight up into the softness. Allowing it to catch you, to receive your body. And perhaps here setting your intention for actually practicing today. What is it that you are here to cultivate, to give, to receive in return? Is the energy that we are putting out is really the energy that we ultimately get back in return. So what kind of energy would you like to cultivate? What intention would you like to bring into the new year? What kind of state of mind are you going to emit onto others and get back in return? Start to slowly press into the floor to come up and elongate your spine. Lift your chest, pull it through. And slight extension. and then roll yourself around. You just shift yourself from side to side, hip side to side, and flushing that out before we go to the other side. On the other side, right hip is going to again meet the bolster or your pillow. You can stack your knees or stagger your knees. But the main thing is to draw your belly right over the bolster, your chest, your head, your ear. Again, doesn't matter which way you turn your head as long as you're comfortable. If you need to get an extra lift, put a block underneath your bolster. Make those small adjustments where necessary to get to 100% comfortable. To get yourself to 100% held and supported. If your mind starts to escape you or wander off outside of your practice, just gently bring it back into your body and back into your breath, back into the feelings of being supported and held. Where in your body does it feel good? Hugging into the support of the pillows, bolsters, and allowing any lingering tension right around your heart to drop in to the bolster. What does it feel like? What does it feel like to give up your weight? To let the ground, the support really receive your body. And begin to press yourself up, elongate your spine again, just without moving too much. Transfer yourself over onto your bottom, and as you need to, move any props out of your way and just let your hips, again, rock side to side. And before we come into our final pose, I'm going to do a couple last poses on our belly. So move all of your props out of the way and place your blanket into the center of the mat underneath your hips. And you want the blanket to be supporting right underneath your pelvis and even touching the lower belly. Rock yourself up onto your elbows underneath the shoulders, giving yourself a little bit of a back bend here. Find a neutral position with your spine. And just begin to let the hips sink. We won't hold here for very long, just a mild back bend. Again, think about inflating that invisible balloon down in the base of your pelvis. Letting your hips and your legs sink a little bit heavier and more relaxed. Gently lower yourself down, placing the hands by the chest and press yourself up into tabletop. You arch your back a little bit. And we'll do a little bit of counter stretching and some hip circles. So bring the knees to the blanket and making big circles through the hips, going in both directions, counterclockwise and clockwise. Once you feel complete with your hip circles, we're going to end our practice down on our back. Fold up your blanket and place it underneath your head. And then you're going to take your blocks, 2 blocks, and make a little shelf for your bolster. Your bolster is going to set right on top of those blocks. Again, if you don't have blocks at home, no big deal. Just use your pillows for your legs and elevate them a little bit here. Your bolster is going to go underneath your calf muscles, and this helps really elongate the spine on the floor. So once you get your back situated and your head underneath your pillow or your blanket, give yourself, again, permission to drop in. Maybe take those hands on the abdomen or your hips for a little bit of grounding. As a reminder to breathe downward and outward. We often think of our yoga practice, or really any type of self-care practice, as a means to fill up our cup, of restoring and receiving our energy. But really, when we give unto others, when we share our energy and our gifts with each other, that's when we truly feel the most whole and complete. Some of us tend to give too much, and some of us don't give enough. But whatever end of the spectrum you're on, there needs to be a balance. An exchanging of giving and receiving, of being open to receiving. of being open to share and to give. That's what truly makes us feel whole and complete. What does it feel like to open yourself up? To take in, to absorb, and to feel. Drop into your body. Drop into the sensations of support underneath your legs, under your back, your hands against your body. What does it feel like precisely in this moment? For the last few moments, staying relaxed and present, mentally gloss through all of the people in your life who have made you feel loved, past and present. All of the people, beings, animals who have made you feel special. As you're doing this, tap into what your heart feels like. Maybe there's a warmth that's beginning to arise in this area of the body. And at light speed, send this love and compassion back to all of these people. Opening and allowing yourself to give and receive love. Feel free to stay here as long as you need. We'll begin to make slow, steady movements to meet in seat and end your practice. Namaste.